Hi, my name is Martin. Welcome to my channel. I have a question for you. Would you go on a spaceship if Putin was on board? I'm sorry to say it, but you are actually on a spaceship with Putin. You can certainly call the Earth a spaceship, with its own ecosystem and limited resources. There is no one who can control the spaceship, and the crew's task is only to look after the spaceship and each other. They have done their best up to now. But now there is a little man who has taken power over the northeast cabin in the spaceship. It is quite a large cabin, but apparently not big enough for the little man, because even if he can't even look after the big cabin properly, he wants more. Now the little man wants a part of the Ukrainians' cabin. Apparently because he feels threatened by those who live to the west. The little man is a little paranoid. He has taught everyone he lives with that when things go well, it is because of him. And when things don't go so well, it is those from the west to blame. The little man also doesn't like to be criticized. If anyone tries, he will push them out of a window or poison their underpants. The little man is afraid that those from the west will come and take his big cabin. Even if those from the west don't want his cabin full of poor peasants who don't know what is true or false. Those from the west just keep an eye on the little man because he is so unreliable and lies so often. The little man believes that he has a right to some of the Ukrainians' cabin because he knows someone who once lived there and because there is someone in there who knows his language. The little man gathered some poor peasants and gave them some old guns and sent them into the Ukrainians' cabin to take the best part of their cabin. He pictured them that they were so skilled that they could do it in 3 days, and that the Ukrainians would be happy to see them again after so many years. But the Ukrainians weren't. They didn't think it was right that their neighbor comes with weapons and wants a part of their cabin. But they don't have very many weapons to defend themselves with. Therefore, the Ukrainians are shouting for help throughout the spaceship. There are some of the northern, western, and southern cabins who also did not think that the little man could just burst into his neighbors with a gun and take parts of their cabin. So they collect weapons and send them to the Ukrainians so they can defend themselves. They also don't want to be friends with the little man anymore until he learns to behave properly. So they delete him on Facebook. The little man gets very angry about that, and again, he blames them from the west. He actually gets so mad that he turns off the heat for some of his neighbors. Then he hopes they will freeze. He also tries to prevent food from getting out to others in the spaceship. But that doesn't really help him. The Ukrainians begin to push him out of their cabin. The little man is now getting really mad and angry. He started shouting that if he is not allowed to get a part of the Ukrainians' cabin, he will destroy the whole spaceship with very large bombs. And then he found an old rusty iron curtain and hung it up in front of his door. Here ends the first part of the story. But it will soon be continued. So please remember, you are my sponsor. You are awesome. Especially if you hit the subscribe button and sign up for notifications. Thank you for this time, and I hope to see you again.